Okay, how's it going? I have not done this in so long. It's been literally months. But say hi if anyone's here. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last time that I did any live streaming, any live reading sprints. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's been ages. So I'm trying to remember how to do all this stuff all over again. But I'm excited. What's up, Tina? How's it going? I've been seeing everybody do so many sprints lately, and I've just been wanting to do it so bad, but I've just never had enough time where I can like sit for like a good chunk of time to do it. So I don't even really know how long I'm going to be going today. Maybe 2 hours. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So not like a huge chunk, but something. I know. I feel so bad. But at the same time, I have just not had the time. And you have been starting to do your own sprints now, which is so awesome. But literally, if I go into any reading sprint, you're there. And I think the last one that I popped into, I'm also so good at literally finding sprints as soon as they're over, like literally the minute they're over. But yeah, you're also welcome to like jump onto the stream if you wanted. I forgot to mention that. If you ever wanted to do that, just let me know. Because I think I just have to give you an invite. But anyway, no pressure. Just whenever you would want to do that. So what are we all going to be reading? Yeah, I figured. I mean, I am in them a lot of the time too. And I try to find ones where maybe like there's not too many people, but there's like still a good amount of people watching the streams. But yeah, I love reading sprints so much. I feel like I get so much more done of what I like say I'm going to be doing. You know what I mean? Like on the weekend, I'm always like, I'm going to do XYZ. And then the week ends. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't do any of that. But if I watch a reading sprint, then I probably will. Yeah, no worries. So, what are you reading today? And you were saying that you were going to be doing one of the readathons, right? I thought that I might, but I just filmed my TBR, and I don't think that I'm going to. Three dead bodies and a biscotti. That's so cute. Literally, that is like the best thing about cozies is their titles sometimes. I will want to read a book just because of the cute title. Hey, Nikki, how's it going? What are you going to be reading today? I am going to be picking up Ledge. I don't know if anyone's heard of this. I've literally only heard one person talk about this, and they said it was really good. So I honestly hardly know what I'm getting into, but I literally left work early to go and buy this. So I really hope that it's good. If it's not, then yikes. The title is always the best part. I know. They're just so cute. I definitely need to get more into cozies. And you gave me like a whole list of ones to check out too. So I need to go off of that because that was one reason I hadn't read a cozy until like we had made a buddy read is because it's so intimidating to me the sheer number of cozies that exist. I'm like, there's no way I could choose one and be like, this is a great place to start. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I'm doing pretty good. I feel like this is the first weekend in like a full month where I'm like, I have a second to breathe. So I just want to spend some time doing stuff that I want to do. So that's why I'm doing some sprints so I can like focus and be like, okay, I'm going to sit here and read because that's what I have told myself I've been wanting to do. So I'm going to actually do it rather than scrolling on TikTok for hours and hours. It's so bad. I even have like the timer on my phone where it will say like every 15 minutes I have to like unlock it, and it doesn't matter. I will still be on that app for hours. It's insane. Yeah, I know there was one time I did that with Stacey and Steph where we were both on, and I feel like it's so much fun when you can kind of chat with people. Like obviously I'm chatting with you guys, but like on video too. So if anyone is ever interested in hopping on the stream, you always can. Just let me know. And maybe I can kind of plan ahead these sprints a little bit better in the future. My schedule is just so all over the place. So, how long do you guys want to sprint for your first go? What are you guys thinking? I love long sprints usually, but I'm up for anything. And let me make sure I remember how to do all this. I agree. It kind of helps a couple of times because I'll like, sometimes I'll open an app and it will be like blocked. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't even open this right now. But if I'm already on there and I'm looking at something that I find interesting or I've just been on there for a while, I'll just keep going. And I even have the thing on TikTok where it tells you, like, hey, you still want to be here? You need to punch in a code. Man, like, it's just brain rot, is what I'm doing to myself. Okay, a long sprint sounds good. I'm thinking like 45 minutes, maybe. I'm trying to think. I probably will only stream until maybe like 4:30 my time. Sorry, I always put everything in EST, but that is not even my time zone. Um, it's just a decision that I made. Hey Sarah, we're just about to start up a sprint, so let me know if there's like a certain amount of time that sounds good for you. I'm thinking around like 40, 45 minutes. And what are you reading today? Let us know. I'm going to be reading another fantasy romance. I know it's very shocking. I hope it's good. It can be kind of hit or miss. Love. I thought I completely misread that at first. All right. Let's do. Oh, Lord. Imagine that you're not seeing this right now, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Oh my God. Oh, we'll do 40 minutes. Okay. Fantastic. Oh, you're listening to the Hunger Games prequel. That's awesome. Me and my husband are very excited to see that movie. We love the Hunger Games. Catching Fire is my favorite, personally. Yeah, so good. That's okay. Honestly, it took me like I had to have a full stream just to like test everything and be like, everything's gonna go wrong, just FYI. Yes, I feel like this is one of the first movies in a long time where it's not like a remake of something. I understand it's a prequel movie, so it's still kind of derivative, but it's like not like the Willy Wonka movie or a Disney remake, which I still kind of like, but I would love something new. So I'm excited for something new. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm babbling. Let's get let's get sprinting. All right, 40 minutes. Let's go. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let me figure this out for a second here. Okay. How did everybody do? Oh my gosh. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you guys here. What are you guys reading? Yes. I think you'll have seen the URL. That's not the word I'm looking for, but the website name on that website. It's studywithme.io. But it sounds like you found it. And yeah, it's very cute. You can like change the backgrounds. I really like this one. So sometimes I'll do like the dark academia one because it's like a little library, or I really like not that one, the dreamy clouds, because I think it's like a Studio Ghibli picture. But yes, I highly recommend it. Feel free to use it. So yeah, I think you found it. But yeah, if you want to use that on your stream, you definitely should. I've seen a couple other people use it for sprints too. I really like it. You've read 40%-ish, and then you had a splinter in your foot. That sounded very Scottish for a second there. You had a splinter in your foot. Shoot, were you like walking barefoot? And also, you read so stinking fast. I know there was another sprint that you had hosted, and I remember being like, I read 20 pages. And you're like, I'm halfway through this book. I just started. Dang. And you're at 50% of Songbirds and Snakes. I hope it's going well. I feel like I actually spoiled myself on that whole book. I already know everything that happens. I don't know why I did that to myself. I didn't even read it. But I'm still excited about it. Hello, welcome, Rachel. I'm having a good Friday so far. How's yours? Yeah, no, that one's totally free. There's other ones too. Like there's a really cute tomato timer that I actually just used to use for when I was studying, because Pomodoro, if you'll see on that website, it says it's a Pomodoro timer, and that's just like a study technique timer. I used to actually use that. So, yeah, you can find a lot of really cute ones for free. So don't pay for it. You shouldn't have to. Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. It's gonna be like, I don't know how you do that. I don't know if any of you guys remember like an old show years and years ago called Kyle XY as a throwback, but I remember like very vividly there was like a scene where he would be like, ah, that was such a good book, and he could just like read it in that amount of time. I think he was like an alien or something. It's been a minute. The dating playbook. That sounds so cute. The automathon. I think, yeah, you had posted that on your Discord, I believe. And it's like a maybe 3-day readathon. That sounds really fun. I didn't look at like the prompts or anything. I definitely need to check it out. Been a little frustrating trying to upload my audiobook files. Oh no. Is it just an audiobook that you're listening to, or do you like record audiobooks? I'm curious. And Sarah sounds like she's going to be participating in the automathon. I know. I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to know what I'm talking about. I can't even remember like when that show came out, but I feel like I remember watching that with my older sisters, along with like the OC, all those shows. Again, like with the show The OC, if anyone's seen it, it means like Orange County, California. The like theme song is just them singing the word California over and over again. So we used to sing that all the time because that's where we're from. In the Flash, where he does that. Okay, that's so cool. I've seen a little bit of that show too. Let's see. You left. Oh my god, I can't. My brain's not working, sorry. Just to read fall books from today through Sunday. I was just kind of wondering, like, what constitutes it being a fall book? Is it like if it gives you fall vibes, does it need to take place during the fall? Does it need to have fall colors? Again, I really could have just looked this up myself. You don't have to answer all those questions. You wrote the book, hired a narrator. Okay, I gotcha. That's awesome, though. But I'm sorry that you're having a frustrating time with it. That is not awesome. Like, I know, I don't know why, but there are some things where there will be like a phenomenon that happens, and I'll have like a really obscure reference in my head, and then I have to be like, oh yeah, not everyone thinks of Kyle XY when you think of reading really fast, but I do. Okay, so you can choose. You can just be like, these 3 books or 2 books or however many are fall books. Sweet. I feel like the book that I'm reading right now is like a winter book because it literally takes place in like an icy environment setting. I don't know why. I think that it's just been so stinking hot here that I'm just going to pretend that it's snowing outside when it is, in fact, not snowing at all. Yeah, basically, like, there's like a guy who shows up in the forest. He's not wearing anything. And basically, like, the police find him and he doesn't have a belly button. Like, that was like the trailer for the show, I remember. So there's like a family that takes him in and he has to like learn about like human society because he's basically an alien. I can't remember if that's a spoiler, so I'm sorry if that's. It is a very old show. Really? I'm just bringing back memories of this very random show. Oh, the cover of Ledge? Yeah. It's so I like how simple it is. I feel like a lot of like fantasy books can either go for this approach or they look crazy. I wish it was snowing too. I know everyone, depending on where you're from and what you've experienced in life, you're always going to wish for whatever weather that you don't experience often. So I wish that it rained and snowed all the time. I cannot stand the heat because it is intensely hot here. And I work in a lab that does not have air conditioning. So I have been dealing with like 90-degree weather indoors with my lab coat on. So, needless to say, the air conditioning is on all day. Yeah, I think that it was a similar situation for me too. And I can't remember like what channel that was on, if it was like CW or ABC or something. But me and my sisters all watched it. And if anyone else from our family was around, they would tune in too. We have a lot of shows like that. Like Gilmore Girls was another show we all kind of got around and watched. The OC, 24. I like how they're not even like really related to each other, but very random shows my whole family would watch. Survivor. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I had posted in my Discord, I was like, I guess there's gonna be a hurricane right by where I live. Like the eye of the storm is gonna pass right over me. But it was fine. It literally like sprinkled outside. I just decided not to commute to work that day because like I didn't know how driving home would be. Like driving in the dark when it rains here is a little insane. I know that's kind of laughable because it doesn't really rain much in Southern California at all, but people truly don't slow down when it rains. They drive like it's every other day where it's just bright and sunny outside, and they will get in horrific accidents. So it's just kind of scary. Temperature dropped to about 20 degrees here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the triple digits are way too much. I can't handle it. I would far prefer if there was a cloud in the sky every day rather than this cloudless weather. But I know other people wish they had the weather that I have here, but it's brutal sometimes. Yes, thank you guys for checking in on that. And as I understand, there's like a terrible hurricane happening in Florida right now. I haven't really looked for updates, so I hope anyone on the East Coast of America is doing okay. Yeah, definitely. I mean, people just casually driving on our freeways will just drive 90. Like, it doesn't even matter which lane you're in, everyone's driving like 90. And if it rains and it's slippery, they will just continue to drive 90 miles per hour. And I'm like, dude, I want to go home and like with all my body parts intact and my car intact, cool as well. That'd be pretty cool. I can't talk. It's been a cool month, and now we're getting a heat wave next week. I know. This is what I've been telling everyone that I talk to is I'm like, I don't care what temperature it is outside or that I'm sweating all day every day. It is fall in my heart. And I will carry on with that delusion. Honestly, our weather doesn't really cool down for like fall until like maybe November. Maybe. I know that there have been many Halloweens that I've spent where it's been like um over 90 degrees or 100 degrees on Halloween day. I'm like, I'm trying to be cute in my Halloween costume. This is not working. Thank you so much. I went to Home Goods. I've only been to Home Goods once now, and I went a little overboard. I was like, I really need a Halloween blanket. It's basically, there's this like trend going on with some of the things that I've bought where it's like animals dressed in Halloween costumes. So it's little cats in costumes. It's the cutest thing. Even in Kentucky, but yeah, that sounds nice. September is also the month that I was born. So I always want the temperature to be right. Like it feels like it needs to be my time, right? But no, it's always too hot. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I feel like sometimes we don't really experience even chilly weather until after November. Yeah, oh my gosh. I would honestly say that California experiences two seasons and it's like hot and cold. I know, I didn't know. I was sleeping on Home Goods. I had no idea. And then I went in there and I walked in without a cart and I was like, I'm just going to browse. And then I went back for a cart. Yikes. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, if you're in SoCal too, then it doesn't exist. It's just not a thing. Yep. All right. What do we think for our next sprint? How long do you guys want to go? Could do another 40. Just let me know. It seemed like everyone was pretty cool with the longer sprints. And then, as always, I have to turn on an ambience that like matches the tone of the books that I'm reading. So I found a D&D video to listen to for the Arctic wilderness, even though it's like 90 degrees outside. Longer the better. Okay, I love it. Came for the vibes. Exactly. All right, let's do another 40. All right. Happy reading. Talk to you soon. Welcome back. How did everyone's sprint go? Let's see. Tina finished her book. Very nice. Not sure we're going to rate it, and you were working on your September TBR. Nice. Do you organize it in a specific way? Like, I guess that's kind of a good question to ask. I use Notion for everything. I have like a Notion board that's like my whole TBR shelf for like the year and even next year. I have like reading plans for the rest of this year. Or do you do like little Instagram templates? I would love to know. My book is like going crazy. I don't know what's going on and I need to know what's going to happen. It's been really interesting so far. The reviews for this one have been kind of mixed. But I'm trying to go into it with like no predetermined opinions. You know what I mean? I know some people are very, very picky about the ratings that certain books have, like on Goodreads. I've heard there are some people that, like, if a Goodreads review overall doesn't have 4 stars or higher, they literally won't read it. I don't know how you guys are. I don't even really look at that very much at all. All right. Stacey, I think, made it to 248 pages. Only 100 more to go. Very nice. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Yeah, I love Notion. I feel like I could do a lot of videos on the way I organize Notion because I use it for everything. Like my grocery shopping, to-do list, TBR stuff, so many things. Use Apple Notes. Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I am just so used to like doing it in a particular way that I forget how other people do it. I wouldn't be able to use something like Goodreads, for example, because like my want to read pile isn't really my TBR. It's more like so that I remember that I thought the book was interesting and then maybe it will make it onto an actual TBR. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't look at ratings either. I don't feel like it's very helpful because sometimes there are books where the vast majority of people hate it and I love it for some reason. Instagram templates. Yeah. I really love using Instagram templates for like doing like a wrap up of like here's what I actually did read, even though it literally is like typically used for like TBR, but they're really cute. I like how they look. And Steph's reading Well Met. I did see that on your guys' Discord. That book looks so cute. Can you tell that I am very much influenced by book covers? Because it has like a mint green color. It's a good choice. Yes, exactly. Or like lately, I've been seeing, I don't know if any of you guys use Pinterest, but I use Pinterest a lot for like fan art and like recipes mostly. Or like I have like an aesthetic board and stuff like that. And I found a lot of really interesting looking books on Pinterest, which is so weird. I would never expect to get book recommendations through there, but I have like accumulated a lot. Again, it's the covers. If they look cute and they look like something I would read, I definitely will always accept recommendations from there. And you're loving the dating playbook. Oh, I love sports romance. I haven't read a whole lot of it. Have you ever read like Mariana Zapata? That's kind of a good question to ask. I don't know how much you like slow burn romances or like longer romances, but her books are like 500 pages long and they're usually sports romance, and I love her books so much. I haven't really talked about her on my channel or Discord or anything, but I love her so much. But yeah, this book's like blowing my brain. It's kind of like I never read Maze Runner, but I've been hearing people kind of comparing this one to like a fantasy Maze Runner. You know what I mean? In a very like cold environment. And literally everything that happens, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on in the best way. You know what I mean? Yes, she's a great author. She wrote, and the cool thing is that she writes a lot of sports romances, but they're all different sports. So She did The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, so that's like American football. And then she did From Lukov with Love, which is like figure skating, and that one's like one of my favorites. Enemies to Lovers. They ice skate and they have to be partners. It's so good. I just ordered a special edition of that book and I really want to reread it. Yes, I really like it too. I love how simple it is, and the back's really cool because there's like a ton of that like glacier-y ice look. You know what I mean? I've been really enjoying it so far. I'm only like 50 pages in, but I want to devour it today. Yes, definitely take a look at her books. If you like, the one thing to keep in mind with that author though is it takes a long time for them to get into a relationship. But because I love slow burn and it's really slow, like they might even dislike each other and then they are friends and then they have a relationship like at the end of the book. That's kind of usually how it goes. But I love it. I just love getting all the little moments with characters. Love her books so much. I think I've almost read all of her books. Oh, I'll put it in the chat for you. Her name's Mariana Zapata. And she is more of an indie published author. She's always independently self-published her books, but now I'm starting to see her books in Barnes and Noble, which is really cool. So, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, like Barnes and Noble has been like putting self-published or like TikTok author books in Barnes and Noble, which is honestly really cool. That's what this book is too. I've heard that this was like a TikTok author. I've only heard one other person on YouTube mention this book, but they said it was so good. So I love that we're able to get more like independently published books because I love, like, that's what's kind of weird is there's almost like a different vibe, especially for romance books, depending on whether or not they're independently published. There's like a different, I don't know how to explain it. And I don't even mean in like a steamy way. I just mean like the way that they're written feels different. Does that make sense? Anyway, I highly recommend her. Okay, I think I'm gonna have time for probably one more sprint, maybe like a 30-minute, and that might be it for me. But I want to make sure that my husband eats food. Yeah, I think that it's such a cool move because in a way, if you think about it, like if you only read books that are like at the bookstore, right? Especially if you're like more of a casual reader, like you're only really going to get books fed to you from what the publisher says is good. So it's kind of cool that you can like find more books that are just independently published. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Yes, there is so much. There are so many books where like I read them maybe like 3 years ago or something, like Kindle Unlimited, dark romance, or just like those types of romance books. And I'm seeing them at Barnes and Noble now. It is like the weirdest thing ever. Like who wrote oh my gosh. There's like the Dreamland Billionaires series. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's like there's a romance book series about like brothers who are basically given like the will and testament of someone who basically owns like Disneyland. It's so fun. It's kind of so cool to see those. Yes, Tina knows exactly what I'm talking about. Lauren Asher. I never thought I would see something like her books at like a regular bookstore. But yeah, it's so cool. Alexa Martin. I will definitely have to look into that. Oh, my my Alexa just responded to me. I shouldn't be surprised. She's like right in front of my computer. Yes. I think that it's a thing. Even I don't know how to describe it, but they're written differently. And in a way I like. I like to mix it up sometimes, you know what I mean? Yes. So cool. All right. Let's do one more 30-minute. What do we think? Do, 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 do. I know we have chats. Oh my goodness. Or like it was so funny because we use our I'm trying not to say the word my Amazon device um for like our alarm clock basically. And we like forgot her name. We keep forgetting her name like when you wake up and you're like trying to turn off the alarm. So we've yelled Siri at it. I've called her Alexis so many times. Or we say our dog's name too. So it's weird. All right, let's do one more sprint. Okay, welcome back. That was our last sprint. How did it go for you guys? It turns out it just randomly started raining after I just said how we never experience cloudy weather. I think it started raining just to spite me. I ended up getting maybe another like 15 pages read, but my dog started getting sick. So I'm going to have to go check on her in just a minute here. Make sure she's doing okay. Oops. There we go. All right, Sarah's at 57% of Songbirds and Snakes, I'm guessing. I hope you're still liking it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go check on my little husky. I know. I know, she just randomly started coughing something up, so just want to make sure she's doing okay. But my husband's sitting with her right now. Tina did not read. You're just chatting with your parents and having dinner. Nice. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I am going to wrap it up here so I can go check on my little girl, see how she's doing. But thank you guys for just hopping on while I did an impromptu sprint. I had a really good time and I'm very much enjoying my book so far. So thank you guys so much for being here. I will keep you posted on my little girl on the Discord. All right. Have a good night. Bye.